Okay. Hello again. I wanted to quickly take a moment to talk about my thoughts from the interview I had with Mike Fieser. Mike is my Nana's best friend. They used to work together for the aeronautical NASA government here in Florida. I met Mike a couple of months ago when he was visiting my family and just really fell in love with him and was curious about his story. So some of that was stuff I had already known, and some of that was brand new information that he hadn't shared with me yet. So all in all, I'm thankful for this project to allow me to get to know somebody that is so special to me in a little more detail. I have to relate everything that he said to that movie that we watched a few weeks ago. It really goes in line with the pure isolation and feeling like you're alone and you're quiet and you're shy and you're confused and you don't want anybody to know and you don't have anybody to talk to. So having my heartstrings pulled watching that movie, and that little boy who was poor and confused and alone really related a lot to kind of what Mike had touched on from his upbringing. Growing up in a small town in Missouri in the Midwest, then going into the military, still being extremely confused, that must have been really difficult. And a lot of, I would imagine, just thinking about things completely on your own. You have nobody to talk to. Last thing you want in the Army is for the guys in your, group to know that you like other men. That would have been probably really tough to navigate through. And then, he said he got married to a woman and realized that you can't even fake it. They got divorced 2 years later and split up only 6 weeks after they got married. So there was no, let me just put on a mask and pretend for the rest of my life. It made me happy to hear that he finally felt comfortable going to San Francisco and being around people with his similar background and finally feeling like he wasn't being judged again. I don't know what that feels like because I am heterosexual and I always have been that way. So I've always had people that were very similar to me, but he hadn't, and he finally felt that, and it was enough to really make an impression on his life, and I think changed the course of how he wanted to see the world and how he wanted the world to see him. It's funny, him mentioning that his family had known for many, many years before he was comfortable enough to come out makes me laugh, because a lot of the people that I've spoken to who are older or who finally come out after many years of trying to hide it, it's like their family already knew. So that to me is kind of silly, where, you think that it's something that you can hide and you're doing everything you can and putting so much effort into that. And at the end of the day, everybody knows, everyone is, but they don't care. It hasn't been brought up because people that love you will love you for you. The chapter in the book, I think, really helped outline how I wanted to ask the questions to him. I mean, he's an easy interview. He's no problem talking. Sorry for the very long interview. I apologize for that. But all in all, I think he was a great person to really put into play exactly what we've been learning, and I think everything that you wanted us to take from this section of the course. So thank you for forcing us to do this, and I hope that you enjoy the interview.